Hey there, detoxers. You know we improve here. Welcome back to another video. Uh, More drama has unleashed recently. That's the best way to say it. Uh, I don't really feel bad for the person who actually did the. It counts as sexual assault. It definitely does. I originally saw this on TikTok. It was shocking to say the least. Like, I hope, by the sound of things, though, I am 99% certain that this Ghost Rider SE, which I'm now going to nickname the SE for um sexual what's the other word I was thinking of? Not assault, but there's the other word for it. Exploitation, that's what I meant. Sorry. I didn't search it up, I just had to quickly pause because I've been getting a lot of fucking brain fog recently, which doesn't help my fucking content at all. Just makes me look like a fucking dumbass. But again, as I always say, whether I'm talking about bad people or good people, don't send fucking harassment to Mask Kiki, okay? Because this is what this drama is all about. So she decides to block me after this, then fine. But I did say my take on this on TikTok, which I'll try and show later, just for my point of view on it. And some fool took it out of context. And by the way, it wasn't her. So again, don't fucking try and harass her. She's been through enough already. So I don't fucking allow that to happen. So here's some context posts, and I'll show you like 8 more, and then we'll kind of just run over it afterwards. So I met him through Mutuals Live around mid-January. So this is from, I think if I'm correct, yeah, it's a friend of Kiki's from Remember. I just showed it there. Look at the top left of the screen earlier. We spoke quite a bit on the live, general conversation and such, which led us to be mutuals on TikTok. He recognised me from MegaCon January this year, and I recognised him as he was part of the SCP cosplay group. Which, by the way, I didn't realise it was originally SCP cosplayers. When I first saw Kiki's cosplay on TikTok, I first thought it was a COD one. I knew it definitely wasn't Rainbow Six Siege. I could tell by the aesthetic. But the biggest giveaway was obviously the SCP badge. I think it was on the left arm. I can't remember, but I just that makes more sense now, and how the kind of have the dark vibe to it. But anyway, I just want to quickly mention about the cosplayers. He recognised me. I've already read that part. And then he is aware of my age. It was in my bio at the time, and also had a boundaries post that also outlined my age at the time. We spoke in the live about SCP files, and he offered to create me one for fun, and figured it would just be something entertaining for Khan, as it was in character sort of thing. One of the DMs that now strikes out to me is him saying he would wanted to turn me into a succubus. Yeah, already sus enough. Succubi are demons that lure men sexually through seduction. Hence why there's a lot of fucking also fan games out there to do with succubuses. Like there's literally like I forgot what I think it's called. Not Hooked on You because it's a Dead by Daylight one. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a succubus dating game out there. I forgot what the fuck it's called, but yeah, it's a weird kink for some people, but not my type of fetish. That lawman sexually, so I already said that. I thought nothing of it at the time, and generally just thought it was a joke. I replied saying, yeah, that's cool, because I honestly didn't think much of it and saw it as a harmless at the time. He was wanting to know when my next cons were, and he had also insisted on paying for me to get to the cons, which I thought was a genuine kind gesture at first. But when I look back at the messages with the new context, now I realise it wasn't as kind intention as I had anticipated. We can just change this to the other side. I've met him in person at a con February 18th, 2024. And from the interactions I had with him personally, ones I saw as a third person perspective, it seemed a little strange. There were plenty of sexual jokes targeted towards Key and I, That was shortly dismissed by him saying, I have ADHD, using it as an excuse to continue the jokes. I was sceptical at first, but soon dismissed it as actual jokes, though they made me uncomfortable. One of the jokes included him being particularly strange when I jokingly handcuffed Key with my cosplay handcuffs. Key is my age, and it's a joke between us that we are fine with. He'd make moaning noises and just make incredibly sexual jokes regarding it, which neither of us have liked. He'd always comment on my posts, which I thought were harmless at the time. The comments consist of things like, I'm not judging, etc., but it would only be on posts of me dancing, which did seem a little strange, but I thought to not think too deep into it, and I still don't. They might have genuinely been harmless. Again, that one's debatable, but after what he did to Kiki, it's slightly a bit judgmental from my take on it anyway. Ghost Rider SE has deactivated all his accounts. He knows he's in the wrong. That's the last one. Which I he's in the shit. Again, I'm adamant that he's in the wrong here because, all these cosplayers are defending Kiki, well, like the close friends of her, I mean, and yeah, I'm just praying that he hasn't been Me Too'd, because from the audio evidence and from the backup from Kiki's friends, that's why I'm saying I'm completely adamant. I mean, there's only very little in my, initiative that thinks the opposite. I am adamant that he's fucked up badly, and it seems like he literally did all these wrong things. We'll go check to the other post now. Let me go back. So these are basically on a kind of like, they're not memories, I forgot what they're called, but like the things that you can like add as like slots on Instagram. And here's some like DM evidence. So it says like, about have to make it public right here, try now, and like you guys can read the rest of it, but I'll read only like certain segments out while you guys can just like pause it. About when my body was good, question is which one was better, which the context of is that he made like a kind of bait type of TikTok clip from what I've heard, and then he kind of like got annoyed because he didn't get like kind of you know didn't go the way how he intended. And it's kind of cringe that he also said I'll cry in failed first trap, because like he's trying to be funny and I've been in that shoes, and it's more better to kind of make kind of banter. I'd say banter's more appropriate than just kind of doing flirty remarks. Personally, and people find this one ironic because like, oh, you're an autistic virgin, so jokes on you, I guess, because like enjoy being single for the rest of your life for now, or however the fucking foreseeable future will be, because I just feel like I try to be like semi-flirtatious later on. Like, I'm not doing what fucking this SE prick has done. Yet 9 times out of 10, I still get fucking turned down, even though most of the time I have the audacity to kind of just build up with girls and either. Look, I've only ever made the mistake twice in my life where I've rushed it with girls, but I've never done it where I'd start being touchy-feeling, which is what he's fucking done in the next few that I'll show. Sorry, I missed one there. So, here's also proof that he's been doing more wrong things. So, the one on the side is more DM stuff, where it was, I think, Kiki was talking to a friend about SE, and you guys can read the next parts of it as well on the left side if you all want to pause now. Go ahead. Go on to the next one now. Right, so here's the more parts of the Instagram DMs as well, and him acting strange. So just got a lot on. So, and again, this is for Ghost Rider SE. That's chill, just me being a warrior, haha. I'm here if you need to chat. You've been there for me a lot recently, so now it's my turn. Come see me when I got those 3 weeks if you want. I like your company and we will make lots of stupid TikToks and gear. I got 3 weeks of loneliness, so gotta invite people. Don't have many. Hey, I'll call around 11, 12. And then more stuff to read, detoxes there. Again, very uncomfortable read. Yeah, just rereading this, it makes me feel uncomfortable, to be honest.
I think it's also really worth mentioning. Like, he says, I swear down on my son's life 3 times. 3 times. Okay? And, like, swearing on your child's life. She's not gonna, like.
Yeah, seems like I've only ever heard Kiki talk live on a TikTok live once. I think that was her talking. Again, prove me wrong in the comments below. But either way, that's just proof of how fucked his mentality is. Because just, I don't know. My take on it is I'm not defending it, but a lot of modern men are like this, and a lot of you detoxers probably assume this. And I wasn't originally mentioning this in this video. This might, age badly in the next few years, but I don't care. Luckily, this won't be as dark as you lot think it is. But back when I was 16, I was again really down bad, and part to me to blame it is my kind of mindset. I didn't really again have the best role models in my life at the time, but when I was 16, it was like I think it was in the middle of the year. It definitely wasn't during the winter, but it was like a late night. I think it was around 8:30 or something like that at night, which is 8:30 UK time. And there was this like woman jogger, pop mate, and I just did the most regrettable thing. I'd say it's my second biggest regret ever. I genuinely stalked her. Like, luckily she turned down. She turned at the side of this like. It's not really like an alley, but there was like some steps. Like it's near this church, and then she must have quickly hid because she's obviously it must be a local, whatever. But it was a good job she did because fuck knows what my messed up head at the time would have fucking done. And you know I don't think I would have had intention on hurting her, but I probably would have been like complete weirdo while stalking her. In fact, fuck, I've never done something like that since, and I'm never going to. But just that right there is how society has fucked up a lot of men's mental health, and especially when it comes to like the porn industry, which is why when this video uploads, which is like not long after I made this, it proves because I haven't touched porn in fucking 8 days now, and I'm planning on keeping that permanently because I don't want to use it in my spare time seeing people having fucking doing dirty shit on a fucking screen, and it's like you could just being a cook, it's just not right, and I can't believe that I've been watching that shit since I was 9 years old. I completely regret stumbling on it on an early age. They really should have just added the kind of safety measures that YouTube now has, where if there's a warning on it, you have to either show your ID or you have to like pay this thing. I forgot what it is, but there's an option to like pay for something. Like, I can't remember what it was because last time I got that on certain YouTube videos that had like sensitive content, I ended up just using my provisional license, which is like the license you get before you get a driving license. But yeah, I hope people don't take that out of context because earlier about what I said, that was a one off, and I just wanted to kind of bring it up because it was a true story and it was when I was younger. I haven't done it since I was 16, so I just kind of wanted to mention that just just for any other men out there who have been down bad that they've kind of took a step too far. So again, sorry if that story made you uncomfortable. I wasn't even originally going to mention it, but I just thought, it's better than the shit that Vorsh has been saying. I know this is off topic again, but like, I'm planning on making a video on him soon, but it's like, he's been a hypocrite and a complete fucking weirdo, and it's like, he will just, completely go off topic because of that, and I'm like, I'm just being upfront right now. Younger me was a complete fucking degenerate, and I'm trying to move on now, and I'm just doing that, and I'm building myself that much that I want to be the right type of, right-minded male to just, and build up to get like an actual potential girlfriend, because, it just, the struggle has been real. So anyway, Howie Detox has read this on the screen. I'll show you a few more slides before I show you.
She's not gonna make him hang up. The whole thing about him taking her back to the room, that's a lie. That's a lie? You didn't take her to the room? She lied about you taking her to the room? Yeah, because he's actually to back me up on this. We was, basically, when you walk into the main convention... I know.
To be honest, I didn't get the chance to actually probably listen to this audio before, but already I can tell he's lying, and you'll see more proof of this later, right? Because I'm adamant on this still. Basically, he lies later about him not remembering stuff, which is it's a typical tactic that fucking narcissists do, and I know this because I've seen similar cases before, whether it's like murder or blackmail or whatever the fuck the crime could be, and they'll just give the excuse that I can't remember. Now, it's rare that that's the truth, because the only time it ever would be the truth is if they've got a genuine mental disorder, which it seems like this SE person doesn't even fucking have.
In the iMessages, she specifically said his room. No, I didn't take her to any room. It was literally in public with people walking past, and we were sat down in the corner just chatting. I know, but I don't know why she would message me on Sunday saying he's taking me back to his room. I don't know. With younger people, I always go to...
Again, this is going to be a longer clip, but if you detoxers want to, again, I just wanted to quickly, because I've only read half of this before, but I wanted to say my take on it, since I have ADD, where it's like the other equivalent of ADHD. I don't have ADHD, but I have the other one. I think it has three Ds on it. I think it's ADDD or whatever, but it's like a form of ADHD. And I do have autism. In the past, I've had anger issues, but I'm working on it. But that has no excuse for actions you make. And I've learnt that a lot throughout my life, and this is coming from a 20-year-old. So.
Right, that's the rule you have? Yeah. Right. Like, I feel like something's up the word is better. Yeah, of course. And then that's when the speaking before thinking. And you said you were just trying to match her energy instead. The thing as soon as well, like, obviously, when I was hugging her, obviously like my hand being here, or when I rested my arm on her leg where her knee pad was, I was comfortable with my arm being there, sort of thing. You know, so I was respecting it.
Look, even though because the pad was there, he still shouldn't have placed his hand on the thigh, etc. And it was even mentioned before that he groped her, not only thigh but her hip. Like, he didn't even ask for those. He only asked if it was okay to like touch and stuff, but he said nothing like sexually about like full consent. And this is why I'll bring up my comment that I put on TikTok in a bit.
Yeah. You did drink on Saturday, but this happened. Was you not like still not like cool enough to remember on Sunday?
If this is the case, which again I think is bullshit, like, it would be debatable if people who were close to him at the time knew how drunk he was on the Saturday, then fine. But there's no way he'd be that drunk on the Sunday. Because if that's the case, he must be a fucking heavy drinker, which is a bad sign. Because, like, why would you be drunk on both Saturday and Sunday if that's the case?
You said you were like complimenting her and stuff. And also that if she was older, you'd take her on a date. Like you said, you were just saying that.
See, the only thing that I'm not saying I completely defend him, but the only thing I can, like, almost understand, if that's the best way to say it, is at least he has accountability for saying about that he'd date her if she was older, which again is a very awkward thing to say to Kiki. Like, I don't know where the fuck his mindset is. He's kind of trying to live up some fucked up fantasy, and it's definitely not working out for him.
You complimented her and you said some things that sound bad taken out of context. That doesn't sound good enough to like get your son taken away from you. She doesn't want any more trouble or me causing any more trouble. And this will just bring trouble. I don't see how much trouble you can get in from what you said. It's still trouble. This is the thing I got 2 years ago. And she found out and she said, "Oh, my last chance." So if she finds out what that you that like a 17-year-old was like uncomfortable and shit. Yeah, saying yes. Then that would be like you probably want to make her feel comfortable with you around the sun. Because of the age difference. Play the waiting game. See if she unblocks you. Yeah. If she doesn't, I'll have a try and get some contact. That would be the right thing. I don't think it will be. If you assume it.
Now, I'll show you the last three clips just for context before I show my TikTok comment, but um, that's if I can, because coincidentally, literally like a day after I sent that, Kiki checked my profile. Probably I guess just for clarification, but I just really hope that my comment didn't make her feel uncomfortable, because that wasn't my intent. I was just trying to kind of spread awareness that, again, like in this video, that men shouldn't act like that. They fucking shouldn't, myself included. You know, I've made mistakes in the past where I've been too clingy to girls, or I've clearly unintentionally made them too uncomfortable or moved too fast. But it's just nowadays it kind of feels to blame on both sides, and I'm not saying for this story. Fuck no, I'm like this. The blame completely goes to SE, which I'm gonna just nickname him since it was like Ghost Rider SE, but because his mentality is fucked. It's just, it really shouldn't be that way. I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm dominant in this situation. You know, I want to kind of almost convince you to be turned on by this. How I like, you know, do kind of explicit stuff to you and hope you'll just automatically be turned on by it. That's not how it works. You know, you have to know her for like a while to even at some point it could be a year. You know, just he went too fast on this, and I don't think he should have made this move overall. It's completely absurd, and he shouldn't have fucking done it in the first place. And the story.
Can you think of anything? Right, what did you say?
This was the clip that I was talking about earlier, where he was saying, and he's even mentioned it before, where like he doesn't remember, which I find to be complete bullshit. Now, this is debatable, and the only main reason I'm saying this about the whole speak and don't remember thing is I'm going to tell you a story, and I've told this to quite a few people. And don't worry, this is actually on topic compared to the rambling I did like 5.5 minutes ago. Was back when I was in primary school, which is like, you know, school in the UK for like kids up until like their late childhood before they have to move to high school. I used to play, football there, and one time I was complete shit with tackles. Basically, what I do is I get my leg out instead of like actually doing like a proper tackle. Because this was back in the days where I knew fuck all about football. I only just converted to be a Wolves fan, which is Wolverhampton Wanderers, and yeah, it went to that point that my best friend at the time, because he's not anymore, and I had plenty of different arguments with him. Most of them were, it was debatable. There was a few that were my fault and a few that were his fault. But in the end, we were just having that much of a row, all because I tripped him over my shit tackle, even though it wasn't an actual tackle because, I couldn't tackle for shit. So I just tripped him over unintentionally. It caused an argument, and I blanked out. It must have been with just anger, and I was just swearing. And I don't even remember what swear words I said, but all I remember is that they were definitely swear words, and I didn't remember what I said. I mean, I think I said three swear words from what I could tell from the situation, but I remember afterwards, everyone was just looking at me with like, "You asshole." Their parents were, the kids were at the time, because I think I was about 11 years old at the time. And I just remember I was bawling my fucking eyes out after that because I didn't remember what the fuck I said for life of me. So him about saying where like he speaks before he thinks is debatable. But I think him saying that he doesn't remember at all is a complete lie. So that's just my take on it, because as men, we get brain fog more often than women, and we also tend to say before we think type of thing. We kind of just like jump the gun, and then consequences will happen, and then it will hit like a complete burden. So
So, like, you can't think of anything that you could have said on a VC that would make her uncomfortable? Like, I can't help you if you don't tell me, stuff that you said to her that could have made her uncomfortable or been taken out that way. Okay. Okay.
but yeah, that's bad. He On his part, he's like, again, because he's trying, and then it's the third time I've air quoted now. He's trying to make himself seem innocent, and again, he's really shit at doing it anyway. If that's the kind of memo that he's trying to go for, because he should have at least kind of made almost bullet points metaphorically on what he remembered saying, because either way, him hiding it will still make him look bad. It's kind of a lose-lose situation for him. Really, he should kind of get like set things on what he said. Maybe probably crack up and make a lie about it, which seems to be the case because you already made enough lies about him not fucking remembering shit. And yeah, it's making him look like more of a weirdo, truth be told.
No nudes. But jokes about helping her with OnlyFans. Okay. You don't have the chat logs? Right. But what did you say that you thought upset us? Right. It's bad that we don't have message receipts.
So if you guys are wondering, I just checked the time on this video. This video went longer than I thought. But again, this is an important video. So uh, this already took a turn how I thought it would. And already this Livy person, I had to quote it because it was just like another person trying to gaslight me. Typical, really. I don't know what it is, man. I know this feels like I'm trying to pull out the victim card, but it hurts my heart, man, because like people don't get it. Like at times in the past, I've genuinely wanted to end it because I feel like I'm a plague to girls, bro. This is why incels exist, because I just try and I've put my weirdo self in the past now, and people can make in the future like fake DMs, kind of like with the whole dream scenario, because people still haven't proved whether dream is actually a nonce or not. Whereas, you know, I'm more adamant that Too Mad, who died recently, and I'm not sending any condolences because I've heard that he was actually worse than Dream was. I know I'm talking about different dramas, but what I'm building up to is my mental health has been fucked up ever since 2017, and I've been hiding it from everyone else, but I just really want to address this on this video. I've been trying day in and day out to just, you know, relate with girls, and they always just push me on the side. I either get friend zoned or dumped. And as a man myself, and I think my male viewers will relate to this like fuck, but I'd rather get dumped than friend zoned. I hate the fucking friend zone with a burning passion, and it sucks when there's been 3 different occasions this year. I won't name any girls because I don't want to put them on the spot. In person, by the way, they're not any fucking e-girls, I swear on my life, but where they'd act interested. The one occasion, I think I've mentioned this like once. I might have mentioned it once on my channel, but I've definitely told all my close friends about this. One girl I told once this story. I swear down I did, but yeah, I did. Come to think about it, again, I won't, mate. I only say what her name begins with. It begins with the letter A. That's all I'm saying. But is there was this girl in college, and let's just call her Sabrina. You know, like the fictional character Sabrina, right? She told her friend, because she saw me, you know, eyeing at her, that she got her friend to go give me her Snapchat. This is back when I had Snapchat. I've permanently deleted it now because it's been fucking up my mental health, and it's my least favorite social media anyway. But literally the day after I added her Snap, and we were like, you know, sending just normal DMs. One of hers was flirtatious, and one of mine was flirtatious. I'm just gonna be honest here. Day afterwards, she just revealed to me straight up that she was with a bloke, with just like another guy. Why? Why just act interested only to do something about like that? And then women wonder nowadays why most men are bitter because of shit like that. You know, just Gen Z girls 9 times out of 10 are just, they either run with the Me Too movement or use men straight up, and that's why when there's fuck boys that exist out there, they're not fixing the problem. They're not being all masculine because I get to have girls left, right, and centre. They're just making the problem worse. They're not Chads. Chads don't do that. Chads get a girlfriend, they stay with them for a while, and then leave, and then go on to someone else. They don't do it where they'll be like, oh, every few months I'm gonna shag someone's missus. It's just like, it doesn't work like that. It's fucking stupid. But I'm not saying that again. That Kiki is one of those type of girls, because I know for a fact she isn't. And again, this video isn't to slander her, it's just I'm giving an example on how detrimental the dating world could be nowadays. So I just want to quickly show my comment, which luckily 2 people have liked, but Kiki, of course, hasn't liked it because I think she took it out of context. So I said, he needs to understand that a man needs to know a lady long enough as soon as the stages are past the chance of consent. And by this, I mean, like, I'm saying he shouldn't have done it if she said no either way, but I didn't. The comment wouldn't let me do it long enough because for some fucking reason, TikTok has this limit where I think you can only do like 3 paragraphs or whatever. And I would have put that just to kind of make it better in context. I swear on my life. But when a woman says no, it means no. And I've learnt that lesson for a while now. Some women will do it twisted and make it like kinky in bed, but I'm just always like doing it where if she says no, I will like stop what the fuck I'm doing because I don't want to be in the fucking allegations shit where, you know, I was originally with a woman, I wasn't going to take it, you know, to anything kind of sexual, yet I've still been kind of set up like I have done something bad, which wouldn't be my intention in the first place. So she, of course, replies like a typical fucking woman taken out of context. Something as important as this, do better. Well, I beg your pardon, but I was trying to not be a dickhead and prove a fucking point that what he did was wrong. I'm on your side. I'm not being some fucking misogynist like most women pay most men out to be nowadays. No, he needs to understand he shouldn't be doing that to people so much younger than him. Crazy even saying something like this on a post, bringing attention to. Which again isn't the point. I'm saying that what he's doing is wrong because the person's younger. That's exactly what I'm agreeing with, but I couldn't fit it on my fucking paragraph in the first place. It's wrong what he did, end of. And I've said this throughout the whole video. Stop putting words into my mouth. I didn't fucking say, oh, it was good what he did. Yeah, totally. And people will probably like put this out of context. So that's why I'm not going to say the complete sentence. But not once did I defend him when he was actually doing those acts. I just said the only thing that I remember actually defending was the point for somewhat that he thinks before he says before he thinks. Sorry, I twisted it the wrong way around. But him forgetting what he said is total bullshit. So that's where I agree on Kiki on this. And this was the first comment that I saw, right? Bro, are you acoustic? Which is pretty much trolling. And I said this the first time I saw it out loud because it fucking annoyed me that much. I'm like, yes, I am, you dickhead. So I'm trying to deal with my own burdens, and I can tell that clearly you fucking are too. So how about you actually get rid of your fucking audacity and start fucking making some actual rational decisions instead of being, you know, fucking plagued by irrational fucking sentences. But you guys can read my reply as well, but this is my whole take on it because it's just, this is wrong, and I really, really hope she doesn't take this still out of context. If she does, then no offense to her, she's been plagued by how modern women work because they've completely changed, and I just been feeling like shit for years because of it. So, see you detoxers, bye.